I wish I could be there with you in person, but we're going to have to settle for video. So I'm at least glad to have a little bit of a chance to talk with you. You know, there's no one else I'd rather be with. When I'm talking about middle-class issues, it's about labor's importance to jobs, to growth, to creating America's middle class. Coming out of the Great Depression, America made two extraordinary decisions. The first was we'd lived through boom and bust from the 1790s going forward, about every 15 years, financial panic, a crash. And we decided during the Great Depression, we can do better than that, put some basic financial rules in place. You may remember them. FDIC insurance, make it safe to put money in banks. Glass-Steagall, banks are supposed to be boring. Take your risks somewhere else. And the SEC put a serious cop on the beat to make sure that Wall Street followed the rules. That bought us more than half a century of economic peace. But the other big decision we made was a decision to build America's middle class. And that's what we did. And we built it in part with our labor unions. We invested in education. We invested in roads and bridges, the infrastructure it would take to build this economy. We invested in power, and America's unions were there so that America's workers got a critical share of what happened. And you know, you watch it coming out of the Great Depression and World War II, year by year by year, America got stronger as a country. Our GDP, adjusted for inflation, went up. And the wages of a fully employed male, also adjusted for inflation, went up right alongside. And what was the third part? Union membership was going up. But then, about a generation ago, we lost our way. We turned in a different direction. Instead of believing in an America of opportunity, we turned to an America that said, I got mine, the rest of you are on your own. And now we live in an America where the middle class has been hammered and chipped and squeezed for a generation, so much that the very foundations are starting to shake. Look, I think we need to get back to the idea that we all do better when we all do better. And I think that means strong unions. That's how it worked the first time, and that's how it's going to work now. I support the Employee Free Choice Act. And I also support innovative approaches that you're taking now, the Blue-Green Alliance, Workers Uniting Alliance. We've got to find new ways to get out there on behalf of America's families. Now, this election is going to be a real choice. We're going to decide as a country, are we now a people who believe, I got mine, the rest of you are on your own? Or do we still believe we can build a future for ourselves? That's not just an economic choice, that's a moral choice. And when it comes to making that choice, I am proud to stand with America's unions, fighting on behalf of America's middle class.